Time for a look at your West Tennessee forecast with meteorologist Brian Davis.
Welcome in, everyone, on this Monday night. Well, I hope all of you have recovered from the 4th of July holiday weekend. Personally, I'm still kind of recovering. We had 2 days of the celebration and, just had a great time, got with family. Sometimes the 4th of July is that one time you can get with more of the family because it seems like around Christmas, some people are going to this group or some people are going to that group, and you don't always get to see everyone. But regardless, we enjoyed it. I hope you had a great time too. I don't think I've ever seen so many fireworks in one city. Medina, man, you guys know how to rock the celebration. But most importantly, hopefully, like me, you all came away with your fingers and thumbs still intact after a celebratory weekend of lighting fireworks and so forth. Well, it's all for the kids, right? Both the big kids and little kids as well. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our watches and warnings. We don't have any, and although we have had some heavy downpours today and some cloud to ground lightning, you probably noticed if you were under one of those storms and compared to being under one like, yesterday or the day before, it wasn't nearly as bad. And it was Roger. Let's see, I've got his message here. He said, well, it rained again here in Dyer, but he says my street out front was not flooded this time. And I know he's had a flooded road there in Dyer, Tennessee, both yesterday and the day before as a result of those heavy thunderstorms. So good news. He says, although they did get some rain there again in Dyer, this time the road out front did not flood. So we're glad. Good news there. And that also tells us a lot about what we were seeing on radar. The lightning count was, as I was saying earlier, was about less than half the amount of lightning with each storm than what we've seen over the last couple of days. And it looked mainly just like garden variety storms and so forth. So hopefully we can keep that pattern tomorrow. We do need the rain. We just don't need the severe storms like we had earlier this weekend, where we had the roof blown off of a barn and we had several sporadic areas of tree outages, or trees down, power outages there too, in parts of Weakley, Henry, Benton, and North Carroll County. That was pretty rough, like on Friday and again on Saturday with some of those severe storms. But it's all quiet now here in the 10 o'clock hour, 75 as we look live here in Savannah. Still quite humid though, dew point of 75. I don't think I've seen so many days in a long time that we've had, dew points way up in the 70s like this many days in a row. I would have to go back and check the records, but it's just been a long stretch of these high dew points. And that's one reason it feels so humid, because, the dew point is actually the true measurement of how much moisture is in the air. So when you walk outside and you just feel like, damp already, maybe like, your clothes didn't completely finish in the dryer, so they kind of have that damp feeling to them. That's why, because it has been that humid out there. 75 here in downtown Parsons. We've got a light northeast wind right now, 3 miles per hour, so that's helping out too. Look at this, Memphis coming in at 82, but look at that north wind at 10 miles per hour. So we did have a little cold front pass through yesterday. I like to call them cool front, this time of the year, because they really don't do much as far as taking the heat away, but it did make a little bit of a difference. At least got rid of our heat advisories and so forth. 75 here in downtown Kenton. We got a little bit of an east wind, about 5 miles per hour, but a quiet night out there. Temperatures ranging from about the low 80s near Memphis to the mid 70s. Let's see if we've got any low 70s showing up here. Not yet, but they'll be here. In fact, we're going to go down into the upper 60s by in the morning. So it'll be a nice, cool morning starting off on our Tuesday. Our winds right now, generally from about 3 to 10 miles per hour, mostly out of the north. So that has definitely been a help out on our cooling us down just enough to get us out of the heat advisories. What few showers that we did have just about dissipated. You can see just a few little blinks going on there just east of Adamsville, north of Savannah. And we had some pretty heavy storms going on over here around parts of Decatur County, Benton County, but those have also dissipated over about the last 30 minutes as well. One little only shower there between Big Sandy and Camden. And there's another look at that regional radar. As we're losing the heat of the day, we'll continue to lose what's left on the showers as the rain chance will continue to drop. Well, we've had a little area of low pressure that has kind of been sliding through the area today, and it did prompt a few showers and storms. And we'll see that again tomorrow as well. But the good news is you'll see we're not in any of the Storms Prediction Center severe weather outlooks. So here's what's left of tonight. You can see off in West Mississippi and parts of northern Louisiana, we've got that slight to marginal risk of severe weather. And then tomorrow that shifts a little bit further south, more into Texas, but again, it's just a 1 out of 5, so the very lowest level. And a close-up view, I usually do this when we got severe weather close by, but notice in our immediate area, nothing for the rest of tonight. And by the way, there's a look at tomorrow. And this is the first time in several days that we haven't had at least some part of West Tennessee included in some type of severe risk, whether it was low or slight or what have you. Let's take a look at Futurecast. It did a great job today, and you can see the showers and storms fall apart overnight. So here we are moving into 6 a.m., 7 a.m. You can see a few showers possible over Memphis. Here's the afternoon hours, 3 o'clock through about the 7 o'clock hour. Looks pretty busy for tomorrow, but again, looks like just that little window in the heat of the day. So we'll let this replay again. One of the advantages we have here is we're not constrained to a time limit there. So we can just run this again and let you get a good look. Here we are at 6 a.m. around Memphis, a few showers, maybe rumbles of thunder. Here we are noon. Here's 1 o'clock. Here's 3 o'clock, right through 5 o'clock, and there's 7 p.m. So you can see kind of a little bit busier on showers and thunderstorms. Looks to be the most concentrated there between about 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon and 7 o'clock in the evening. And again, none of that looks real severe, but there will be some heavy downpours associated with it, and there'll be some lightning. Not everybody will get rain. We're on the order of about 50 to 60% odds for tomorrow. All right, here's a look at the rest of our overnight forecast. We'll be diving down into the low 70s, and if you're north of I-40, you've got a great shot at being back to about 69. Some of you there near Paris, I'm looking at about 68 degrees for you guys. So it'll almost have just a small snippet of fall-like cool in there, especially compared to the nights of lately where we've been in those upper 70s, even 80 degrees at times for the overnight low. So here's our hourly temperature forecast, and also you can see the rain chances there at the bottom of the screen kind of dissipating down to as low as about 4% as we head into the midnight hour, and then that temperature dropping on down. Right there it is by around 6 a.m., 69 degrees here in the Jackson and Madison and Gibson County areas. So that's going to be pretty nice. Now we will have a little bit of patchy fog out there in the wee early morning hours, so just be aware of that. So waking up in the morning, here's your coffee cast. We'll start off about 69 under partly clear conditions, and then we'll be just a nice mix of clouds and sunshine there, about 71 at 7 a.m. And that's when a lot of you will be heading back off to work there. And then by 8 o'clock, we'll be about 74. So that too looks a lot better, because the last couple of days it's been like, already showing like 79 or 80 by the 8 a.m. hour. And look at our next 7 days. This looks a lot better too. I'm happy to report highs tomorrow will be only the upper 80s. That's certainly better than the mid to upper 90s of recent days. No heat advisories anticipated through at least Wednesday. and we'll be 89 on Tuesday to about 90 on Wednesday. And then we'll head back into some more heat, some bigger heat there on Thursday and Friday. But I still don't think it'll be as hot as what we just came through with the extreme heat warnings and so forth. So we'll look at that 7-day forecast. Here you go. A few showers and storms tomorrow. The odds are about 60% in any given one area. That means about 40% of the area will not see rain tomorrow. 69 again tomorrow night for the overnight low, back to 89 on Wednesday. A few scattered storms, once again, 60% odds. Then we're down to a 20% chance on Thursday, mainly of just some showers, and then highs up to about 90, then dropping to 73 for Thursday night. And then on Friday, again, about 20% odds there, highs back up to 93. It's going to start to feel hot again, especially Friday and Saturday. So, we're going to exhaust some of that heat off there with a few numerous showers and storms there on Saturday. A couple of those could be strong. We'll be watching that closely. That's another little weak cold front that will come through. Notice we'll go from like 94 on Saturday back down to around the 90-degree mark there Sunday and Monday. All right, guys, that's a look at the latest in your weather. Have a great rest of the night. Thanks as always for watching. This is West Tennessee Weather Channel. A reminder, you can get us on Roku 24 hours a day, YouTube and YouTube TV, and we also broadcast live to our website at WTWClive.com. And we do social media updates on all the platforms. Have a great night, everyone. Take care.
We are West Tennessee Weather Channel.